All right, folks. Episode 2, Loki. Another fun one. We're going to discuss it, some spoilers and such. So be ready. Hey, folks, welcome back to the SF Comic Co. This is our Loki after show. Full spoilers we're going to be going into, so just be warned. I'm put that up now. Full spoilers for Loki. We do this every week after the MCU shows. So if you want to go back, you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, you watched WandaVision, you want to see some of our reactions to those episodes, go back and check that out. So I am Ray Doomzilla, joined by Sarah of the North. Now Sarah of the East, so great background, very rural. How you doing?
This way. There we go. Yes, I'm
very
very East Coast now, guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. A little busy morning,
Yeah,
but I got to watch the show once only, so I don't have a ton of notes. But I'm loving this.
Yeah,
loving
I didn't take too many notes, but yeah, it's a great episode. Nip, how you doing? Man?
I'm awake. I'm barely awake. I had to have some coffee, but I'm ready to go.
I'm working on mine right now.
Yeah, see, it's 1 o'clock my time. I have no excuses. But
yeah, you're time traveling. You're time traveling right now.
Yes,
This is a Sarah variant right here.
Watch out.
So let's first off, what'd you think of the episode overall, Sarah? What'd you think of this episode?
I'm loving all of this, honestly. Like, Loki's great. Owen Wilson's great.
Yeah.
We got Lady Loki, which everybody kind of knew was coming.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Good thing we had that full spoilers up. Yeah, Lady Loki.
Yeah.
It was.
And we got Pompeii. Like, it gave us a lot of the things that we've been like speculating about from the previews. So I was excited. And now I'm like, where are we going to go from here?
Yeah, this I have some theories about where we're going for sure. I will definitely talk about that in a minute. Nip,
Miss Minutes is a bitch. That's where we're going.
That's the best rivalry of 2021. Sarah versus Miss Minutes. I want to get some fan art going. Get some Sarah versus Miss Minutes. Knocked down like in the MMA ring, just fucking throwing them. Nip, what'd you think, man? What'd you think of this episode?
I thought it was another good episode, very solid. We'll get to the scores later, but I graded pretty high too on this one.
All right. Yeah, I thought it was a fun episode. A lot of explaining some of the stuff we had questions about. So and giving us
some
more
suspense and stuff too. It's a nice mix: suspense, comedy, a little bit of action.
Yeah.
Nice
they're
balance.
all like. Yeah, they're all the characters are very like you want to know more about these characters. Everyone has like some kind of everybody has a secret. Everybody has like something else going on. So I'm liking what they're doing. They're definitely keeping you intrigued at this show, and it's not just just another. I like about these MCU shows. They're all different. They're not all the same standard paint by numbers kind of shit. They're all trying something new. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But so far, this is working a lot. So. I'm digging it. All right. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Turn on notifications. We want to know when we're on. We do a weekly show every Tuesday, and this show every Wednesday, usually 10 to 12. We'll see how our schedules work. We're all on different schedules right now, so we'll make it work. But usually Wednesdays, we'll get this Loki out there. Look out for more stuff. And also, if you like sports talk, shit talking, and tomfoolery, check out the Gold Dirty Bastards. Where's my shirt? I need a shirt. Where's my shirt? Go check them out. Give them a like and subscribe. All right. So let's jump into this episode. Solid episode for sure. We started off in 1985, which somebody pointed out was the year of Back to the Future, which was I thought a nice little nod. So we started off 1985 Wisconsin at a Renaissance Fair. TVA shows up. There's been some a variation sensed here. We get a person. Somebody pointed out that might be Agatha. Kind of looked like Agatha complaining about people showing up to the fair not in costume. What have you?
Costume.
Yeah,
Some people need this.
Yeah, some people need this. Some people saying that that's Agatha. I don't know if that's true. That's I thought Agatha would look the same since she's pretty much immortal. When she looked the same actress.
Yeah,
so
she would have been.
I'm gonna go with Mephisto on this one.
Anytime you can't explain something, just go to.
I'll go with Mystique.
It's Mephisto.
I'll throw a curveball. Go Mystique.
There you go. We get a little battle. We find out fake Loki, which we find out Lady Loki. It's Lady Loki stealing devices from the TVA.
Quick question on that.
Yeah.
Is that Loki? Is that Lady Loki or is that Enchantress? Or is that the same person?
It's supposed to be Lady Loki because that's what happened in the comics. Like I think after Loki died, he got resurrected into like a female form.
Okay, because didn't he say something about enchanting or something? What did he say? Enchanting?
I think the powers are enchantments or something like that. That's what they call.
Okay.
I'm surprised. Actually, that's a good point, though. I'm surprised Enchantress hasn't showed up like in any of the Thor movies. In any of the,
she showed up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but that's out the window now.
Yeah, I don't count any of that.
Yeah,
and she's a pretty non-canon. She's a pretty big character in the Thor lore. I'm surprised she hasn't shown up yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up in.
Maybe
Thor
they
4.
combine Lady Loki into Enchantress or something like that. They could do that.
Possibly,
MCU does kind of weird stuff sometimes.
I think I don't know. I feel like Enchantress is such a big character that you can't really lump her in with another character. She has her own thing going on. But we get another version. I Need a Hero. Playing and get a little battle scene. So Sarah, what'd you think of this opening?
Well, once I heard that song, I was like, "Oh, it's Lady Loki." Like, I don't know why people love to use that song for like, is there in Shrek or something?
It's in Shrek,
it was in Shrek,
and it was in just the new He-Man cartoon on Netflix. Plays that in the trailer too. So I just heard that twice.
Yeah, it's
in the past 12 hours.
It's something with like the irony of saying like a woman saying we need a hero and then a woman kicking butt that they like people making TV shows and movies just love. I was like, okay, we're dealing with Lady Loki and we're 5 minutes in. But no, I mean, I like the Ren Fair thing. I love that like the Ren Fair kind of fucked with my brain for a second because I was like, are we in like Renaissance age or are we not? Yeah. And I thought that was kind of fun. That like. Yeah, but that's not an apocalyptic event, right? So I wonder, was the nod there just the Back to the Future thing?
I think that, and there's she's been going around stealing devices, so I think that's where she's going to like certain times. So that's why she's like kind of like baiting them to come find her so she could steal the devices. So
and those are specific to that time. So like, does that mean that when she drops them all at the same time, like that one specifically went back to the 1985 Ren Fair and reset something?
No, they showed where they were going on the screen, and somebody posted about it's all different timelines, the key to the MCU. So one goes to Varamir, one goes to Asgard at certain points, like key moments in certain periods. So they're trying to fuck with the timeline in certain time periods. So that's why they're stealing the devices.
And I just realized that was dumb. Apparently, I need more coffee because, of course, she wouldn't go to an apocalyptic event. She's not trying to hide. She's trying to be seen so she can steal stuff.
Yeah.
Forget I said that.
Yeah, a little bait and switch. For sure. I do like the nod to that because there's been I forgot if it was a joke or somebody made a joke about like people dressed up as like Star Trek characters and would go to Renaissance fairs to pretend like they're time traveling.
They're time travelers, yeah.
I forgot if that was a sketch or somebody made a joke of that or is that was a real thing.
I think people do that for real.
That's hilarious. I kind of want to do that now. Nip, what do you think of this happening?
Nip? Yeah. I was on mute. Clicking around. I don't want that noise making it. Anyway, no, I liked it. It was cool. Like you guys mentioned, we've seen it in Shrek already. It was a cool little opening scene, and you see the variant Loki has the power to take over people as the time variant agent is attacking their own people. Right? That's what was happening in the first scene. So that was pretty cool. You get that little glimpse into some of her powers, and it was just a cool little action scene. Start off. Well played out, well executed.
And the green eyes is a nice signal. I liked that.
Yeah,
subtle.
The show's really shot well, and the music's really well. Like we talked about last week.
Music is great. Yeah, the soundtrack, the background music is Great.
Yeah, the opening credits great too. Like it's almost like a clock ticking, like kind of time. You kind of feel the time moving. So we get that, and then we get Miss Minute quiz. I thought of Sarah the whole time. She was
Hilarious.
Miss
I
Minute.
was so glad he was hitting her.
Yes, I was like,
Get rid of her. Put her back in her box. She's gonna cause shenanigans. Just wait, you guys. She's the villain here. I can feel it.
So we get to see we get to see Loki kind of learning about the TVA and kind of learning about the variants and all that stuff. He's reading a jet ski magazine. We learned that Owen Wilson really wants to jet ski, and I'm sure that's gonna be that's probably gonna be the ending where he's riding off on a jet ski or some shit, or he has to ride a jet ski at some point. So I think that's gonna happen. He gets a variant. He gets a jacket. It says variant on the back. I thought that was pretty hilarious. And they go through all they go through all the various Lokis in different timelines. We get to see like a frost giant, his blue skin Loki. We get to see like a hulked out Loki. So we get to see there's a bunch of variants out there for sure. And we also learned that you can't go back. He makes a point where can you just go right before the variant time travels or whatever, and you once that's set, you can't go back. So it kind of explains why they can't just go right before the variant leaves or whatever. So what do you think of that, Sarah? What do you think of some of the explanation and the little convo between Loki and Morbius?
I really appreciate that they're just straightforward telling us how some of this works, because if we had to decipher this on our own through hints, I don't think we'd ever get there. So I appreciate any little bit of context they can give us, honestly. Yeah. And screw Miss Minutes, put her back in her box. She's gonna cause trouble. I know it. She's bad. I can feel it. But no, I think it's interesting. I would love if we get to hear about more of the other variants, which I think we will. I would hope so. I hope we at least see them at some point. Yeah. Maybe not all of them, but a couple would be nice.
We get Loki wants to speak to the Time Masters. Nip, what'd you think about that little and that little scene? He gets called out by Mobius, hey, no, I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, Loki was up to his own little tricks, bullshitting, and trying to, manipulate it so that he could take over or whatever. I'm starting to think, are there even any time gods? I'm starting to wonder.
I think it's, what?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think this is Kang. I'm really thinking this is Kang manipulating, and we're setting up for Quantumania and all the time travel stuff. I think he set it up, and where he's in control of all this. And the girl, what was her name? Ravonna. I think she's being controlled by Kang or manipulated by Kang to thinking all these people are being. It just seems fishy.
Sarah mentioned last episode that that's his girlfriend in the comics. Is that true?
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah,
they have a connection. Yeah.
They have a complicated relationship. Apparently.
Yeah, and Kang. Yeah, and the fact that you're doing this time travel shit and having the TVA and all that shit, I think. This is not like Mephisto where we're kind of grasping at straws on all things. I think Kang has been manipulating the timeline for this nefarious means. So I think Kang is going.
Or maybe Miss Minutes just is manipulating all of this, and she made up these other timekeepers just to get people off her butt.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So are we thinking the time TVA is evil at this point? Because I kind of am leaning towards that.
I think they're being led by evil. I think the people in it are not evil, but I think they're being manipulated by somebody evil.
I think
they're thinking they're doing something righteous, but they're being manipulated.
So Kang may have something on that lady. He may have be holding her family or some time element. He's holding their family and could save her family or something.
Or he just manipulated the shit out of her and fucking kind of let her to believe all this shit, and that they're actually doing good when they're really not. And it just kind of it gives me a back when they kept on talking about the precious timeline. It sounds like there's something fishy about that whole thing.
Yeah, something's going to happen with that Loki is going to be we don't want this timeline to happen. We have to switch it up. It kind of feels like when the Ministry of Magic gets taken over in Harry Potter. And so it's all these people are kind of just doing what they're being told to do, but they don't know that behind it is the dark side, basically.
Illuminati.
So Mobius, I don't think is a bad person, but he's dealing with a bad situation.
Yeah, I think they're all being they think they're doing something righteous, and basically they're being manipulated by Kang or what have you. So, all right. So we get some more mind games by Loki, and then they kind of figure out. Loki kind of goes through the archives and kind of figures out that Loki's actually the fake Loki, Lady Loki's hiding in disasters, pretty much like the before, because that basically when a disaster Ragnarok, when a disaster happens, there's no basically when a disaster with no survivors happens, that's the best place to hide because there's nothing to survive and nothing to like change the timeline. So because everything's wiped out. That
was a cool concept.
Yeah, I did like that a lot. Yeah. So disaster hiding. Let's see what my note. Man, I took some weird notes. Let's see.
Drunk notes.
So we get to flashback to 79 AD. We get Pompeii, destruction of Pompeii, basically a town in Italy that had a mountain volcano just erupted and killed everyone instantly. And there's actually like you can actually visit the place and people are like preserved in ash. There's people like sleeping in beds and like people just kneeling on the ground. They just died instantly. So I thought that was a great thing. What did you think about that scene, sir?
It reminded me of is it a Siri or an Alexa commercial or whatever, where the guy's like, what year did Pompeii erupt or whatever? And he's like trying to impress his kid. I don't know. That like reminded me of that. I thought it was funny that everybody's all about Pompeii right now. But I mean, it was like a very interesting, like cataclysmic event, especially for this town. So I loved this idea that you can hide in the apocalypse because nothing matters. It's going to get destroyed anyways. That was like such a smart idea.
Pretty clever.
Yeah, super clever. And he got to ruin a salad because of it. Like, eat a real snack, Mobius.
That was a horrible salad. That was like not even a fucking, barely a cup of salad.
Yeah. Go get a sandwich.
Seriously.
No, like, go eat some real food, Owen Wilson. You're fine. But yeah, no, I thought that was really smart. I think it makes so much more sense because in the trailers, you can see Loki like gleefully jumping around the streets of Pompeii, and it was like, what is going on? That makes sense. I'm glad that they paid that off so quickly, so now we don't have to like speculate about it anymore.
Well, it looks like in the trailer, it looks like you're going to be jumping around to different apocalypses and stuff too.
Quantum leap,
which is just so cool. Oh,
that sounds
love Quantum Leap.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I'm digging that. So we figure out Loki's right. Also, Nip, what do you think about this Pompeii scene?
It was cool. It was informative. You see how the time stuff works, and then you also get Loki being an asshole. He was hilarious in the scene. He was just mocking everybody, talking shit. You're all gonna die, goats. Blah blah blah. Free the goats. just being a little prick, like he is. But it was cool.
He knew he was right, so he wanted to. He like when somebody's right, they're gonna shove your face into it, I guess.
Well, and they didn't really have time to be subtle. Know. Mobius was like, oh, let's just be a bird or whatever, like do a bird whistle. And it's like, dude, the thing is exploding in like 45 seconds. So maybe just go for it.
Yeah.
That was cool. I liked the scene. It was good.
Yeah. There's a lot of great visuals in this episode too. I like the camera angles, the lighting, especially when we get to the next scene in 1950s Alabama. We get to Roxxon. We get Roxxon. Roxcart is basically like I guess the MCU Walmart at this point. Roxxon
Walmart,
is
2050,
right? Kind of like a Best Buy.
Yeah, like a Walmart, Kmart
but
kind of thing.
The electronics were kind of like old school though. It was like, was it kind of retro? Because it was like some stuff that was like kind of from our timeline.
It is Alabama, so they might have just recently got
2050 might be like 2020 for them.
Hey, they still have rednecks in Alabama, so time moves hella slow. No offense to my Alabama fans, but So I think
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. We go to 2050 Alabama. We get a scene of Loki versus Loki, and then once you see Loki moving around, you can tell it's a lady, like moving around the frame and stuff. Like, okay, that's Lady Loki for sure. She manipulates a couple people, and there's a little back and forth. Loki fights a couple people, possessed folk, and we get to see the reveal of Lady Loki.
I didn't see that coming either. I didn't see that she had the powers to take over people. That was pretty cool.
How did you not see that coming, Nip? That's like standard Loki, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't see that coming.
I feel like he explained that at the beginning
scene
too, right? Like all of his powers that he has. And she did it in the first scene with the the other lady guard with the green eyes.
Well, it threw me off because you've seen the person watching on the video cameras, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't. Yeah, I thought they were up there watching. I didn't think they were come down so quickly. And just kind of little. They caught me. They got me with a diversion.
Yeah.
Because they showed that, so I'm not thinking, oh, she can't be the agent already. You know.
Yeah.
The way they set it up was, they tricked me. They Loki'd me.
He got Loki'd.
Yeah, I guess I did think that he had to like touch them or something. I thought they had to be in more close proximity, so that is fair. I didn't know that they could just like astral project themselves into another person or however it works.
Yeah,
I don't know the science, guys.
So basically Lady Loki stole all these charges and basically sends them off to key points in the time stream. She escapes. They got a little bit of back and forth, and she escapes, and then pretty much Loki Hiddleston jumps in after her, and so and we also see in the trailer that a lot of people were speculating that he was talking to Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow in one scene, because they're sitting down. And it looks like that might be Lady Loki. They're having a conversation, probably going to say what happened to her and how she came to be and what have you. So we get Morbius coming in last second. We couldn't get him. So what'd you think of this ending, Nip?
Okay, so just real quick, I don't think Lady Loki is actually evil. I think perhaps she's trying to just destroy the time variant, whatever. Yeah. What the hell? What TV? What is it?
TVA.
Time variant. What is the A though?
Authority.
Authority. There.
Authority. Okay.
Keep on saying association.
Yeah, me too. So I was like, let me clarify this. Yeah, I think she just wants to destroy that.
Sounding than that.
Yeah.
I don't think she's like a hero or anything, but I think she's like an anti-hero, like kind of like a Loki.
Yeah.
She's going to take them down and get some power at the same time. I think it'll be like a, two thing. Get some power and take them down.
That's a good shot. I think that's a good point. Like, I think she's like, she knows that this is wrong. They're trying to manipulate time and trying to the precious timeline and what have you. I think that's all bullshit, because I think time kind of like diverts sometimes. There's different timelines. That's why we have a multiverse. That's why we have So I think this is going to tie in. I think that's a good shout.
And that was crazy. So you get to see like all the splinters off of all these branches. Is this creating the multiverse of madness? Does this tie into WandaVision somehow? There's speculation on that. I've been seeing a lot of that on the interwebs.
Somebody pointed out the TVs inside the Rocksmart, whatever the hell it was, had the same kind of a logo for the WandaVision, like the credits. So there might be some ties there for sure, or they just use that same kind of type of thing. But yeah, so Sarah, what do you think's going to be happening here? Where do you think we're going here?
Well, this whole time I've been trying. The whole time, okay, we're 2 episodes in. I'm being dramatic, but
they're long episodes though. It feels like about 4.
This one was 52 with credits, so this was longer than last week's for sure.
Yeah, this time I've been like trying to figure out who the sacred timeline benefits, right? Because like clearly this is great for some people, but like Asgard gets destroyed, so they're not the ones who made it to the end. So I'm trying to figure out who it benefits, why they're protecting it, and like I'm assuming the Loki character is the one that gets kind of screwed over in a lot of this, and that's why these variants keep trying to change it. That's my thought. Is like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the Lokis are going to team up. I'm also curious if any Loki variants have infiltrated the TVA yet. Like what if one of them is actually a Loki and we just don't know it yet?
Oh, Mobius could be a Loki. That's a good point.
Mobius, or
maybe they're all trapped. Maybe they're all trapped. Maybe they're all trapped Lokis from different time periods. And they're all shapeshifter. He's a shapeshifter, so he can shapeshift, and we'll find out they're all Loki's been trapped, because Loki is like maybe a key to the timeline. And
because his nexus being possible.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So they just basically took Loki's from all over, and they basically created TVA. And Sarah's frozen.
Oh, but if he was a nexus being, he wouldn't have variants, right? Or is that? We don't know.
I think. Well, yeah, that's a good point too. Like they wouldn't. Let's see. We'll move her and put it back in. She's frozen. Yeah, I think that's a good point too. Like, yeah, the Nexus beings are supposed to be the same throughout
Yeah,
through
so
the
I don't think
multiverse,
he could be a Nexus being,
or
according to
he's
what
from
they've
the
shown us.
timeline. Just Loki's from different timelines and shit. I get that might be a thing too. So, yeah. Here it goes, Sarah. Hold on. There she is. There you go.
Sorry, I'm really
Any
struggling.
Any thoughts on that, Sarah? Do you think he can be a Nexus being, or because there's variants, he can't be a Nexus being, given of what they've told us so far?
I think he's not, because I think, like, from what I understand, I mean, again, I'm the one who hasn't read the comics here, but my understanding is Nexus beings are the same in every multiverse.
Yeah,
And-
that's
Yeah,
And he's clearly changes. We've seen different versions of him.
yeah. My theory is it might be different. Like the whole TVA, all the employees are all Lokis from different timelines, like different from different points in the timeline. And
I can
like
see that.
he's a shapeshifter, so he can shapeshift his shape. So,
Or is a Nexus being
but-
something you can, like, evolve into? Like, if you do this enough times, you become one, and then you can, like, traverse the timelines without changing.
That's a good
Maybe-
theory, because I'm wondering, like, why is it so many Lokis? Is there like other beings there's so many of them that go variant, or is it just like something special with Loki?
or
I
yeah,
think it's
because
his personality.
he's a god of mischief. He's the one that, of course, if they're gonna find a way to like fuck with some kind of time shit, he's gonna be the one to fucking do it. So
Yeah.
it could be.
But
So
maybe this show is actually about Loki becoming a Nexus being. Another theory.
Yeah,
here.
you had the mention of Nexus being in there. For
Again,
a
yeah,
reason.
this is
Many times.
the second time too. This episode too.
Yeah.
So Loki goes into the portal, and we've seen episodes where we in the preview they showed him at different points. We saw New York, possibly after the nuke went off in New York, and New York was destroyed, and we saw the Avengers Tower all destroyed and stuff too. We saw different. I think we saw Vermeer. We saw possibly Titan, the planet Titan. So there's different. So maybe Loki's going to be kind of going through time and kind of going through different apocalypses, which sounds like a fun fucking ride right there. Just going through different timelines.
Absolutely.
Is it the 6 episodes, right? We're 6 episodes on this thing. Yeah,
I'm going off you. Yeah, you told me 6.
yeah, I think 6. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 6. Nip, what do you think? Where do you think we're going next?
I don't know, man. I think it's there's a lot of directions we can go. I'll say we're gonna get some other villain. Like I don't know if we'll get a full Kang reveal,
Yeah.
but definitely some hints
That's
towards that.
Yeah,
Toward maybe like an end scene, something in the last episode.
Yeah.
And I do think, like I've already mentioned, I think the time whatever the hell they are, time variant association,
Authority.
authority.
Yeah.
They're definitely like some Nazis, time Nazis. Definitely into some bad shit.
Nazis. What's worse than a Nazi? Time Nazi.
Yeah, so
go
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was thinking that this the final shot. The girl Ravona's in her office. They got everything back to normal. The 3 statues and behind her all merge into one person, and it revealed that it's Kang that has been watching this whole time, and he's the one that's been behind this whole thing. So that could be the final shot, and then we lead into the next phase in the MCU.
I like that, but I just man, these series, Marvel hasn't given us that in no big reveals yet. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it a little smaller though. I think they give a glimpse towards that. I don't think they're gonna go full on, but I could be wrong. Maybe they'll switch it up, throw a curveball this time.
I don't think there's 3 time masters, whatever that. I think that's all. That's all beach, and they all kind of look like Kang in different like incarnations
Yeah,
too.
they do.
Right.
Every time, the more I look at those statues, the more like, oh, that could easily be Kang. So my fan headcanon, I think they're going to merge into one person, and it's Kang. It's Kang the whole time.
And in the comics, that's kind of Kang's endgame, right? He just wants to
Roll the
control
time
all
stream.
time.
Yeah, that's his point. Yeah, that's been the point of him since the beginning, like the control time. And
Does he have any like sub-level bosses, like guys under him?
He's pulled people from. There's different time travelers that he's pulled into his like little group that he's used before. He's had a lot of interactions with Doctor Doom. and his in different stages of Kang's life too. When Kang was Kang time traveled when he was a child, a teenager, and he joined the Young Avengers. So that was part of his story too. So I don't know if that's going to play a key in this because they have been building to the Young Avengers. So I don't know if they're going to pull that.
Yeah, I just wonder if they get somebody like they tie into him, but not actually him.
Right.
Yeah, there could be some. There's some time travelers in the MCU. So we'll see for sure. Sarah, where do you think this is going? Any crazy theories you got?
I like that we all just decided for sure that the timekeepers are super sus.
Oh, yeah. Well,
nobody
I'm still on the fence by Miss Minutes, but
dude, Miss Minutes is bad. I'm saying, like right now, no question in my mind. But that all of the, I mean, just since nobody's seen them, I think that they kind of made it obvious. Well, and I don't know that Loki actually cares to meet them. I think he was saying that as a motivation to make Mobius feel like he had a goal, but I don't know that Loki actually really cares about meeting them. I think he's got another game plan happening.
I disagree. I think he does. He wants to. I think he wants to trick him or control him.
Or he wants to find a way to save Asgard, and that's the whole point. He wants to get to them and kind of figure out how time travel and try to save Asgard because he reads about Ragnarok and he's an asshole, but he loves Asgard. That's his home, so he's still
true.
He saw his mother die. He finds out his world died, so he might but that might be his end game. He wants to go back in time and save his world. So maybe that'll be the resurrection of Asgard at some point.
Maybe. I hope that, I don't know big picture where I think this is going yet, but I really hope that the next episode is, I'm sorry, is that super loud? I am sitting outside. This is such a mess.
No,
that's not that
not too bad. That's not bad.
Okay. It's a car.
Leo's worse most of the time.
But I really hope that the next episode is kind of like an Agatha Wanda episode where it's Lady Loki going through and explaining what she's been up to and her side and kind of walking Loki through her
that'd be nice.
Why she's doing what she's doing and her perspective of all of this time travel stuff. Even if it's not all of the
we probably will get that. That's a good point. We probably will get
if not next episode, at least the episode
at some point.
It's a next couple episodes. I think we're gonna get an explanation.
It may not be a full episode, maybe 10 minutes. I could see him doing a 10-minute segment on some of that stuff.
Yeah, just kind of going through. Maybe that's the heart to heart that we see that people thought was Black Widow.
Yeah.
Just something where we get another perspective and we're oh, maybe we should think of it that way to kind of reframe the show. Mm-hmm. But big picture, man, I don't know. It could be the Nexus being thing. It could be destroying the timeline. I feel like we're a little early for Kang. Only because Ant-Man and the Wasp coming out in 2 or 3 years. No,
it's supposed to come out next year, I believe.
Oh, next year? Oh, then maybe not. Maybe we're fine.
Man. Okay. Yeah, and they cast him, so it's Ant-Man.
We know he's coming.
Yeah.
So everybody was thinking WandaVision going to set up Multiverse of Madness, but what if it's this?
It could be. It could be. They're fucking with the timeline. Timeline and multiverse definitely have some.
Because in episode 1 they mentioned something about the multiverse breaking off and getting all messed up when they were doing the animation of the timeline explanation. They said something about if the timeline gets messed up, it could cause a multiverse battle or something like that.
Yeah,
I gotta rewatch.
Yeah, but again, we gotta think about these are the winners telling the story, right? Yeah. So they don't want this battle to happen because maybe they suffered, but maybe everyone else needed it to happen because they survived or they had better lives or whatever. So, we're hearing it from the winner's perspective. And that makes me think that we actually want them. Maybe overall for the universe, it's better to have the multiverse war happen.
So we got Ant-Man 3 coming out in February 17th, 2023. So that's a year and a half. And a half away. So that's not too far.
Not insane. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
I stand corrected once again.
Yeah, and the fact that they cast Kang early on too, what he got cast late last year, so it's
Lovecraft, dude.
Lovecraft. I think he's gonna be great as Kang. I can't wait to see his portrayal. There's a lot of places. I think this is gonna have time, and they've kind of hinted that this is gonna be the one that ties into the next phase, the MCU, a lot. So I think we're dealing with a lot of time travel, a lot of multiverse stuff. We got Spider-Man: Far From Home supposedly going to be dealing with some No Way Home. Sorry, is going to be dealing with some multiverse stuff. We got Multiverse of Madness, of course, and then Quantumania. So we definitely have some like time travel and manipulation of the timeline. So I think they're setting this up for what's going to be happening in the next 2-3 years, and this could be setting up Secret Wars. This could be setting up because I have a strong feeling that's going to be the next big event. Like that's going to be the next big, Infinity War. Like everything's leading up to Secret Wars. So, because
we had to scroll the first episode.
Yeah, that's leading up to Secret Invasion, but Secret Wars is a whole.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. How dare you, Sarah? Who doesn't read the comics?
I don't know. Okay, you guys have to help me.
Like Secret
Hold my hands. What's Secret Wars?
So Secret Wars is the first incarnation of Secret Wars was basically this being called the Beyonder. He's like a god, pretty much. Gathers heroes and villains from Earth, and basically takes pieces of planets.
Fight each other, right?
Yeah, it takes pieces of planets from all over the universe and makes a battle world. Like creates a new planet called Battle World, and basically takes heroes and villains from Earth and pretty much sets them against each other to battle. And whoever wins gets their heart's desire. And of course, who wins?
Like a Dana White kind of guy.
And of course, who wins? Doctor Doom wins. He gets the power.
Your boy.
Yeah, of course. So it definitely has some ties. Kang is also involved in that storyline too. So I can definitely see them building up, and Galactus is part of that storyline. So I can see them building up to that.
Smash. It sounds like Super Smash Brothers.
It kind of is. It kind of is. Yeah, just kind of bringing everyone together and battling. It's a great. It definitely was. It's okay, but it did definitely set some stuff up. That's where the alien costume, Spider-Man first got his alien costume. She-Hulk joined the Fantastic Four. There's definitely a lot of big changes happened after that series. And there was also other Secret War series. The last Secret War series was a few years ago where Doom again, he becomes God. He creates a new world where it's basically like Game of Thrones, basically where Doom is like God and he takes over the world, and it basically brings the multiverse together. The same concept of the Beyonder bringing everything in the world, basically creates a planet of all the multiverse. So we might see that kind of some of the blending of the two things. It all involves Doom, so Doom is very important in this next phase for sure. They're going to get it right for once, hopefully.
You're just manifesting that, right?
It has to
be.
Yeah,
We need
projecting.
him.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Speak it and it will happen.
it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Build it, they will come.
Doom is God, and it's going to happen.
I like the pacing of these shows, though. So far, this show has been like well balanced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Like the humor, like the music, the acting, it's just like it's all on point. Like the chemistry between Loki and Mobius, like it's I think it's yeah, this is a good like we said last time, they have better chemistry than Falcon and Winter Soldier had for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking of which, Nip, what'd you grade this one?
Okay, so I'm gonna hold off my 9. I'm gonna still give it an 8.5, which is very solid.
Yeah.
Just because there wasn't so much action, but overall, like it was still it was kind of slow paced. I like the pace of it. It's a little slow, but it's just enough to keep you, entertained and your mind is, guessing stuff. I like what they're doing. I feel like all of these, like you mentioned earlier, all these stream shows have a different feel, which is a lot of complaints from the Marvel fans is, oh, we're getting the same shit over and over again. Generic kind of superhero movies. This is all different. Everything is in more detail. You get a lot more character background, and I'm just loving it so far. So far, like I mentioned, I think this is the best of the 3 of the stream shows that have came out. Hopefully it ends up that way, but I don't see anything that would change my mind on this so far. I like where they're going. I like being that I don't know what's coming up. I like being a little confused. That's great. I hate shows where you can just guess every little thing.
Yeah,
like Flash on CW, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier was pretty predictable too. I think we called out the whole season in our first episode.
I think that's what kind of got me a little down on it, was that the last 3 episodes were pretty much what we called out. We didn't get too many surprises or anything like that. It was kind of just like we kind of knew the power broker was what's her name, Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this has definitely potential to be a great series, and so far it's been pretty great. So I'll give it a solid 8.5.
8.5. All
on this episode.
Yeah,
Overall,
Sarah,
too, 8.5.
Sarah, what would you give? What would you give this one?
I think I'm going to be a little conservative and just bump mine up a little bit to an 8.75.
Oh,
And I know, yeah, because I think the last episode I gave an 8.5, and this one gave us a little bit more depth. I still think the chemistry is awesome. It's hilarious. We're getting to see some more of the sets and like a little bit more into the TVA's like world. And we're getting, I mean, watching like all of the little time bomb things drop into the doors. Like, I cannot wait. I'm really, really excited for next week. So got to give it a couple more. Like a quarter point more for that.
Yeah, I gave last week I gave it 8.7. Just to be different from Sarah, we 8.76. Yeah, solid episodes. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm saving my nines. I think we're gonna get some bangers later in the season. So I'm thinking we're gonna. This is building up to something great, and yeah, I'm enjoying the ride for sure. This has definitely been one of the funner shows. Definitely to talk about too, because they have like. They have some great shit to discuss, and I'm like I said last episode, I'm a sucker for time travel. I'm a sucker for like multiverse stuff. So this is right up my alley. Bless you, Sarah. Bless you.
In a way, it's not fair though to grade these because these episodes are longer. So I mean, I don't know. These are hour. You can do a lot more in an hour than the WandaVision were like 40 minutes.
They start off
the first
20.
ones were like 30.
Yeah, first ones like were 20.
Yeah, see, so you get a lot. You can do a lot more for one episode with a full hour. Or 54 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of apples to oranges in that regards, but
Yeah. By the way, Miss Minutes was not in the credits this time that I heard. So,
Okay. Thanks.
just saying. She was last time. She was. You gotta watch out for her, guys. Y'all are taking me seriously, man.
Totally. I want some fanfic. Sarah versus Miss Minutes in the MMA ring. Just throwing down.
I'll take her. I'm feisty. I'm ready.
All right. So, any final words before we get out of here? Any final thoughts on that? What have you? Sarah. No.
No. I mean, I think we covered most of it. I can't wait for next week. I'm loving this show. And I really like this is dumb, but I can't wait until the letters get filled in with colors. They're still white. Why are they still white? What are we doing?
They do.
It's a mystery.
They're doing cool things with the credits and stuff on all the shows. Kind of everything counts, which I appreciate. The attention to detail is always nice. It rewards you for being like a nosy fan. So,
yeah, totally.
Nip, want to plug the Gold Dirties?
Yeah. Gold Dirty Bastards, like Ray Doomzilla mentioned. We're a sports-based podcast, but we talk a lot of other stuff. We talk a little bit of some streaming shows, some movies, not much, but a little bit. We touch on stuff. We don't go as in detail as these guys do, but we touch on some stuff. We do a little bit of hip-hop, which we haven't done in a while, but we're going to get to that. And, just some back and forth stuff between some friends talking shit to each other, and it's a good time. Check us out, Gold Dirty Bastards podcast, and that Bastards is with a Z. You can check us out on YouTube. We have our own channel, and also on Instagram. Again, Gold Dirty Bastards podcast with a Z.
Right on. Cool. So yeah, check us back. Check back on the channel. Like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. Turn on notifications so you get informed when we jump back on. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, we got our weekly show. And every Wednesday around 10 to noon around that time. Maybe we'll do it noon next week because early is fucking kicking our ass. So yeah, come check us out. Check out all the social medias, all that crap. SF Comic Book Co. And we'll see you guys next week. And keep on the lookout for variants. Gotta keep on the lookout. All right. See you guys next week.